Hi. Hey guys, this is Mr. Stimpy77, John Davis. I have not posted on this channel in quite some time. There is a reason for that. I've kind of given up on Mr. Stimpy77 as of a couple years ago, actually. It was kind of a side hobby. I was trying to learn Premiere Pro and learn how to do work with cameras. I was fascinated by videography, but I didn't really have any real content to deliver. It was more everything you find on my Mr. Simpson 77 channel, and those of you who subscribed, you found me experimenting. I was experimenting with different types of content and different things of different technical approaches to YouTube stuff. So that's what that was, and but I am posting on here because I keep reviewing. Occasionally, I review my old stuff, and I keep dying over the fact that I keep missing an essential thing, and it just kills me that I never really, I rarely really got into something that really matters. If there's any content that really belongs in there, I've posted a couple of videos, but I want to just reemphasize it again because this is really all that matters, and I'm hoping that people will hear it and people might actually get something out of it. When I posted this in the past, I got downvotes and no upvotes, and that's fine. I expect that because I don't expect this to be a popular thing, but it's still something I gotta say. Are you ready? It goes like this. This is all that matters, guys. I mean, really, this is all that matters. And if I don't say it, I'm gonna be kicking myself over and over again. It's just I gotta stop kicking myself. I gotta say it. So here goes. So the thing is, God. Yes, I just said it. The word God. God. I'm sure you've already stopped. I'm sorry. So long. It was good to see you guys. Anyway, those of you who stayed, God created mankind. That's the thing. Created the world, created the universe, and a lot of people dissent on. They argue about, oh, you mean God like the gods of, Baal or the sun god or whatever. No, I'm talking about the container of everything, the inventor of time and space, the very concept of anything that is, everything that is simply is all contained in the straight out of the imagination of one essential being. So God created everything and everyone, and in doing that, I believe that he put eternity in the hearts of every single human being. I believe he put eternity in your heart and in my heart. I think what that means is when we die. Hey, you're noisy. You're a noisy kitty. He wants to preach too. When we die, we're gonna go on living. Our spirit man, our flesh will go into the grave, but I believe our spirit man will just keep on living. So obviously that means that I believe in heaven and hell, but I don't believe that heaven and hell is a place that you go, like a city of heaven or some ugly, dark, fiery cave of hell. I mean, I think that there's some elements of truth in that, but really, I don't believe that God is throwing people in hell because he's just a vindictive jerk. That's not how it works. So let me back up. I believe that God created the universe. I believe he created heaven and earth. So it's not an issue of might makes right here. It's not an issue. It's like if I sit down with a canvas and a paintbrush and I draw a stick figure or whatever, and I say, there he is, there's that thing, and it's worshiping me. Okay, that's pretty silly, but it's my imagination, and I put it on canvas, and there it is. Or let's say I make a computer game. In a computer game, I give the artificially intelligent creatures the ability to worship me. I'm just saying, it's my prerogative to make what I want. And if I give them free will, great. And if they don't choose me, hey, I'm not going to make them choose me. So that's what heaven and hell is. It's basically you can choose your creator and hang out with him and Oh man, just imagine all the universes he's going to be creating and all the fun things he's going to be doing. Like the very definition of fun is all his invention. Just imagine that. Like he put in the capacity of you to be able to get on the internet and figure out what this thing is, this internet thing, and a computer. Like that is just him putting a brain in you so that you could figure that out. That's awesome. Can you imagine what if he you keep hanging out with this guy, this God, our Creator? What more he could do with you? What kind of power and what kind of fun you could have with your Creator over the coming like centuries, millennia, millions of years of fun? Think about that. That's so cool. That's heaven. Heaven is hanging out with God, your Creator. That's cool. Now, obviously, it's not about you. It's about Him. But I'm just saying, just imagine how fun you could have with the Creator who created everything if you're just hanging out with Him. It's jaw-dropping. Now, if you reject that, and He wants you to continue to live because He put eternity in your heart, where are you going to go? What you going to do? Well, I guess it's going to be a really cold, dark place, isn't it? Now, that's the idea. Hell is just a place where you go because you rejected your Creator, and you're going to keep on living because He was kind enough to let you keep living, but He was also kind enough to not shove Himself down your throat. So you rejected Him, so He's not going to make you hang out with Him. So what do? You're going to hang out in a place where you don't have to be with Him, and that's not going to be a nice place because He invented what is good. When He created the world, He called it good. This place is neutral, but He created it, and it's good. It was good. You know, the beautiful mountains, the trees, the water, food. I mean, everything that's pleasurable. That was His design, and it's good. And we made it bad. We invented wrong because He gave us free will. I'm just saying. Hell is not a place where a vindictive God just throws people. Hell is a place where people choose because they don't want to be with their Creator. So, and one element of history on this, just to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. You know, mankind, we are the one creation that God made in His image. It's been a long journey, and it's, you know, with starting out with Adam and Eve, you know, the original sin and being cut off from God and losing fellowship with God. And over those centuries, God had a plan of He was going to redeem mankind with Himself so that we could hang out together again. And that plan was in Jesus. And so you look at the ancient Jewish people, those people solely existed because God needed a culture and a group of people that when He Himself would become man and suffer the consequence of sin, which is death, on our behalf, so that He could just bear our punishment on our behalf, He wanted to make sure that it was among a people who remembered who their Creator was. And that's all ancient Judaism is, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. You can call that anti-Semitic if you like. I don't believe that Judaism is anything more than the necessary establishment of God to ready up a gathering of people who just remembered their Creator. So that when Jesus came, there would be people among them who understood and carried that torch of, God just came as in the flesh and walked around among us, and he died. We killed Him, but you know, he raised Himself from the dead, and He's alive now. So just so you know, God's legitimately showing that He loves us so much that He would do that for us, and that's what it's about. So that's what it's about, guys. I know that you know, nobody really represents that notion very, very well, but let God speak for Himself. Why don't you talk to Him? You call out to Him. Just do it. I mean, nobody. For all I know, nobody's bothering you right now. Just talk to Him. You know, if you're in an enclosed space, or even if you want to do it in private, in a whisper or whatever, just talk to God. Hey, God, I know that you might be there, and I think maybe you created me. Can you just maybe like uh, like commune with, like, interact with me and just talk to me and give me a sense that you're here, and because I'd like to know you. I'd like to really have a relationship with you. Let me tell you something. That is heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. Heaven is simply just being in a close friendship with God, close friendship with your Creator. And He's your Creator. He's kind of like your designer. He breathed life into you. So obey Him. If you sense He's telling you to do something or whatever, or say something, obey Him. And when you do that, I'm telling you, He Himself calls you His friend. It's an amazing thing. Like, He Himself would call you His friend. And isn't that cool, to be God's friend? That's what He wants. He wants us all to be friends. He wants us to be friends with Him. And what is His intention for us? It's not to beat people down, beat people up over their sin. I'll tell you that. It's not about, like, gay people and we need to, be mean about them and, curse them to hell or whatever. Listen, they're in their own state. They are themselves going to be accountable to God. They themselves need to surrender to their designer, but that's not your problem. Your problem is you. Your problem is you. You need to surrender yourself to your designer. So, or not. Just, nobody's making you do anything. If you want to keep yourself separate from God, hey, nobody's making you do anything. You don't have to be God's friend. I'm just saying, I have to say this because this is like all that matters. There's only two things that matter in this life on earth right now. One is prepare for eternity, and the other is people are hurting out there. Go take care of them. That's it. That's it. Prepare for eternity, which means love God. Love God. Love God. Love your Creator. And love your neighbor as yourself. That's it. Everything else is built on those two ideas. Everything, guys. Every single thing that matters in this life on earth revolves around those two things. Love God and love your neighbors. And I got to do this video because I'm trying to get out of my pattern of doing nothing. I have to say it to myself. So I'm doing this for me as much as I'm doing this for you. Please help me. Don't give me just give me a thumbs down. Actually, if you can give me some encouragement, I really want to be more involved with loving God and loving my neighbor. So that can mean lots of things. Let God guide you. Let God guide you. You don't have to go to a local church or, some other, talk to a priest or whatever. Jesus is the one man that proxies us between us and God. He's the one man. So talk to him. Talk to God. Jesus is alive. Talk to him. And that's it, guys. Love God, love your neighbor. That's it. Bye.